Heyo, it's WillGraham13, back with Retro Video Game Ads, episode number 2. We're going to start this one off with a little X Factor, and then we'll go to, I don't know, a couple of other ones. So, here we go. We got X Factor, which is issue number 32. Cyclops is taking on Thor. What's up with that? Ooh, it looks like the Avengers are taking on the X Factor. But anyway, aside from all that, this comic right here, which is, what is that? Yeah, like I said, X Factor number 32, and it is from 1988. And this one here has one of my favorite video game ads ever. And let's turn it over. Take a look at this. This caused me to buy. Well, let's try to guess. Can you guess the game? Gear Up. Alright, we go down. Metal Gear from Ultra. And this one was so awesome to me, just because I love to look at all the different types of items that you could pick up in the game, and it made me want this game so much. You know, iron glove, infrared goggles, you know, you got your remote control missile, plastic explosives, transmitter, and each one tells about it. Body armor, antidote, your Beretta M92F, bomb blast suit, flashlight, mine, what's that? An Ingram Mac 2, something like that, rocket launcher, compass, antenna. I mean, I'd never heard of this game before, and I can remember looking at this and thinking, wow, this has got so much cool stuff in it. I can't wait to play it. Yeah, but this one was one of my favorite ads. That was for Metal Gear. Let's see here. What else we got kicking up in here? Nothing there. Let's see. I think that was pretty much the only one. These candies are not around anymore. Candelicious. Amazing. Oh, yes, that's the one I wanted to find. It's high noon. You're all alone. You're quick or you're dead. Look at that dude. This is one of my absolute favorite games. This is the second game I ever bought for my Nintendo when I was a kid. So 88, when I was 11. And that is Gunsmoke. And let's get a little read on what it says below it. It's a bad day at Hicksville. In Gunsmoke, you're lightning quick. Gun-toting Billy Bob. Come home to find your peaceful mining town is overrun by no-good varmints. So you'd best get in work. The action comes fast and furious. The pressure's intense. The excitement builds. Your reactions must be honed and ready. You're thinking sharp and clever. That's Gunsmoke. Non-stop action, just like the original arcade game. With all the dazzling graphics you'll find in Capcom's other exciting titles. Commando, 1942, Section Z, Trojan, Mega Man, and Ghost and Goblins. So gather up your courage and load up. Gunsmoke today. All right. I love the slang they put in there, you know. But yeah, that's another great ad. I think that's the only one that's in this. These things right here. I just want to talk about these things. These things, I don't know if they had these in England. I'm sure they did, but these were basically. You would go around to your neighbors and your friends, mom's or your parents' friends, and you would try to sell stuff to get this stuff here. And there's some pretty good prizes. Back when I was 11, I remember looking at this and going, "Damn!" But when you get involved in it, you have to sell packets of seeds. You have to sell like a ton of them just to get walkie-talkies or some shit like that. But it never sounded like it would work out economically. But yeah, I'm almost through this one. Yeah, so that's it. We'll move on to another comic right now. Alright, never have I been so ticked off at an ad than I have been in this issue of The Punisher and Night Stalkers. This is a pretty cool comic book, actually. I read the hell out of this one. I don't really know how you read the hell out of anything, but if you can, I did it, buddy. This one was from the 90s. I'll say the early 90s, which is, yes, it was the early 90s. This is 92. This is a Punisher issue number 5 from 1993. My bad. But this doesn't have many ads in it, but this one on the back is just condescending at so many levels. It's okay. Whenever you look at it, of course, it says brain transplant, $39.99, and you go down a little bit, and it's an ad for Squaresoft's Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Okay, now let's read the caption here. It says, "Here's a brainy idea. Pick up Mystic Quest, the world's first role-playing game, especially designed for the entry-level player. Easy to read icons. Put your head in the game immediately. Skull-tinkling action keeps it there. Then there's constantly changing 16-bit characters and enough heady combat to scramble your synapses. And a free strategy guide book offer comes in every box. All of this for just $39.99. Hey, you don't need to be a brain specialist to see what a smart deal that is." It's not written very well. But that's very condescending, man. Why don't they just say, here's a brainy idea. Pick up Mystic Quest, the world's first role-playing game especially designed for dipshit Americans. Or anybody else who's from Anglo-Saxon descent or whatever. Why is it going to be Anglo? Or anybody else who's not Japanese. There you go. It's a little better. Easy to read icons, because, those ones that are just hard to read are a pain in the ass. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny. And, they got an X-ray dude there. I don't really know why, but okay. We'll go with it. And the other ad in here is for Chuck Rock for the Super Nintendo. Chuck Rock's your Super NES. Now, I'm not going to read this. Well, that's part of the fun. Okay, I guess it's fun for you. Tedious for me, but let's read this. Alright, here, we'll let you look at Chuck Rock while we read this, because you'll need a good visual. He's fat, he stinks, and he's one of the best-loved characters ever to climb his way out of the primordial slime and onto your video screen. In this rockin' new 16-bit adventure for your Super NES, you'll join Chuck Rock on his belly-bashing, odor-kicking, rock-tossing mission to rescue his wife, Ophelia. Ophelia. You'll know what that reference is. Ophelia is if you're a Howard Stern fan. But anyway, from arch-rival Gary Glitter. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Rock-tossing mission to rescue his wife, Ophelia, from arch-rival Gary Glitter. What? You're going to play off of a name like Gary Glitter for this? Oh, wow, the 90s. You and Chuck, who's equipped with a pea-sized brain and nuclear body odor, have to crush some pretty strange characters like the wild and woolly mammoth. Yeah, that's right. The woolly mammoth, you actually knock his trunk off. And, man, it's horrible. By the time you're done with him, don't even look like a woolly mammoth anymore. But anyway, one mean triceratops and a saber-toothed tiger, who's permittedly hot under the collar. Together, you and Chuckster swim through swamps, travel up volcanoes, and shiver your way through the Ice Age. All in the name of love. 19 levels set in 5 prehistoric worlds, eye-popping graphics, and very cool animation. If you want to rock, you got to get Chuck Rock. See, what's also funny is it came out with the NES too. But what's funny is back in the 90s, in comic books, just ads in general, they had to really put a lot of dialogue down here to let you know what the game was about. Because, there's only so much you can tell from the screenshots. But I thought that was pretty interesting. That there's so much to read regarding this game. I know everything there is to know about Chuck Rock. I know he's got a nuclear body odor. Anyway. And he's got a pea-sized penis, or brain, whatever they said. Now, I think that's it. I'm sorry, I tried to go through this one as fast as I could, to find if there was any more ads, but I think that is the only ad. Yes, it is. Punisher. Punisher wearing a duster. What? Alright. that's the end of that one. Let's check out one more. Yeah, one more. Alright, back here with another issue of comic book video game ads, or I guess just video game ads. But this was an Iron Man comic book that I bought all these originally when I was a kid. But this one was from June of, I know it was in the early 90s at some point. Or no, I'm sorry, 1988. Yes, 1988, first printing. Let's, of course, Iron Man is one of my favorite comics from then. But this is the funniest ad. There's not many in this one. There's only one actual video game ad in this issue of Iron Man number 231. But and that's it's a hilarious one too. Oh, hey, heyo, that was one of my favorite series, which led me to read the whole Lord of the Rings compendium, and But yeah, this was by R.A. Salvatore, The Crystal Shard. It was basically a Lord of the Rings type tale, except there was a barbarian, a dwarf, and a dark elf, a drow. Anyway, if you want to know more about it, go just Google The Crystal Shard. Yeah, but anyway, this is one of my favorite video game ads, and I remember this from back in the day, and this was the reason I had both of these games in my collection. And that is Jackal and Contra. But look at these dudes. I swear to God, it's like they just went to Muscle Beach on Malibu, California, and was like, hey, does anybody here want to dress up like a couple of army dudes and show a lot of beefcake? Dude in the red bandana was like, oh, yeah. But anyway, they've got the power. You've got the control. But, regardless of how much these dudes, look like douchebags, they do kind of portray the characters. But yeah, here we go. And then we go down here, and there's a nice little, they give you some couple screenshots from each game, and it says, punch Konami's new Contra or Jackal video games into your Nintendo Entertainment System and take charge of a handful of America's toughest commandos. Well, America's toughest commandos. What if you were playing this game in Europe? Then I think that they would be European, or Europe's strongest commandos. Dang, my English is bad. This is something interesting too. This was the only video game ad in here, but this is something that I wanted to show because I actually did this. I actually signed up for this and received the G.I. Joe figure in the mail. But this guy here was basically, you got to fill out all this information, and G.I. Joe would send you this guy, and it was your own guy, and it came with his own classified file and all that stuff, and came with a patch and the dude and a gun. The guy wasn't that cool looking or anything, but I liked how on here you got to pick all of your G.I. Joe's attributes. You can give him a name, and then there's questions like this that you could that are multiple choices. You would most characterize yourself as A, a leader, B, a corpsman, or C, a loner. It's got all of these different types of selections. What's your weapons expert at which weapons? And they have all the weapons here. Are you a martial arts expert? But anyway, I just thought this was kind of cool because back in the day, I actually did this. And what's funny, the true story is I waited all that time because I sent in my proof of purchases, which you had to collect from other G.I. Joes that you had purchased. And after I got all those, I saved up my money and I sent it in, and one of my buddies I used to play G.I. Joe with, he stole it from me. Robert, you know who you are, you shithead. Stole my G.I. Joe man that I made. Yeah, but anyway, that is another video game ad.